Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Florentin and this is episode number 11 of my music drive. In this episode, I'd like to briefly discuss Article 13. Article 13 is a new law that refers to copyrighted materials, and posting of copyrighted materials online and on social media platforms. The law was passed a couple of weeks ago in Europe, more specifically inside the European Union, the EU. So if you live outside of the European Union, this law does not affect you in any way at this time, even though there's talk of this law extending outside of the EU and even as far as the United States. But even if you live inside the European Union, the way that I understand this new law, it appears that it's going to take a while for it to take effect. And it also appears that the individual countries inside the European Union will now take this law, interpret this law, apply and enforce this law as they see fit. So it's possible that we'll see different variations of Article 13 throughout the different countries inside the European Union. One thing that Article 13 does is it now allows copyright owners to go after the social media platforms themselves, not just the creator who posted material that is supposedly copyrighted. So right now, if you post something, say on your YouTube channel, and if it's copyrighted, then the copyright owner would contact you. They would try to flag the content. They would try to maybe monetize it for themselves, and rightfully so, because if it's theirs, they should get paid for it. They would try to maybe remove it or get you to remove it. With Article 13, they are now allowed, copyright owners are now allowed to go after the platform itself. They can go after YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and so on. So they can hold the platform accountable, responsible for the material that is posted excuse me, on those platforms. So, well, that seems fair. The only problem with that is now that this is allowed, these platforms would probably start to use more strict filters and automated systems to prevent creators from posting copyrighted materials, which would probably end up in removing a lot of gray area materials that are not really copyrighted. That's the problem with that. For example, if you're a musician like I am, song covers are not allowed by Article 13. A song cover is when you take an original song by somebody, say the Beatles, but you play your own version of it, an improvised version of it, your own arrangement, like your guitar arrangement of a piano song, for example. Or you take a band song and you play a piano version of it, your own version of it. That's called a song cover. Article 13 doesn't allow that. In fact, Article 13 was nicknamed the meme destroyer, because it even forbids memes from being published online. Memes that are based on copyrighted material, that is. So if there's a meme based on a movie or a movie character or something that's copyrighted, a sports team, for example, or whatever, Article 13 would not allow you to post that. So that could create all kinds of unwanted, undesirable, unpleasant, indirect consequences for creators. For example, if you think about song tutorials, if you're a musician, I don't do a lot of song covers and I don't do a lot of song tutorials, but there's lots of musicians that do. So song tutorials are not allowed by Article 13 because you have to mention the name of the song. You can't. And you have to play parts of the song in order to teach it, and you can't. So there you have it. Another thing that Article 13 does is what I just said. It does away with all this gray area stuff that used to be okay before. Like if you talk about a book discussion, well, Article 13 won't allow you to use the name of a copyrighted book, or show the book, or mention the title, read the sections from the book. If you have if you're an artist, for example, and you want to talk about some modern painting, well, if the work is copyrighted, you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to even mention it. If you visit, if you go to a sports game, and if it's a big team, and if they decide not to allow photos from inside the stadium to be shared outside, then Article 13 would forbid you from doing it, and it would go after YouTube or Instagram or whatever to get payment. So it does away with all this gray area material that currently is not copyrighted. For example, you can make videos about a new movie, and people like to make reaction videos and stuff. I'm not into that, but whatever. You won't be allowed to do that because you're not allowed to show sections from a movie, and you're not allowed to mention titles of books or titles of songs. So that's another thing that it does. It does away with all this gray area stuff that really currently is not officially copyrighted. Well, I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm going to end it here, but I'm going to end it with two questions. And the first question is, do I agree with this law? Well, the answer is very simple there. It doesn't matter if I agree with this law or not. It really doesn't matter. I mean, if it's a law, it's a law. It doesn't matter if you disagree with the speed limit. I mean, if you drive faster than the speed limit, you're going to get a ticket. So it really doesn't matter if I mean, I do agree that copyrighted material should be protected, and I do agree that copyright owners should have the right to get paid for their work. Absolutely. I mean, I would agree with that, no doubt. But this will create a lot of side effects that, the same thing that the algorithm does. It's an imperfect system, and there are some undesirable side effects associated with it. And the last question I would ask myself, I guess, to end this video is, am I concerned? Well, I'm not concerned. I have no reason to be concerned. I post on social media for fun. I don't make a living on YouTube. My channel is not monetized. I guess if your channel was monetized, and if you do make a living on YouTube, it should be of great concern. If Article 13 comes to the United States, it would affect creators in a big, huge way. But me personally, I'm not concerned about it. I just find it fascinating to read about it and to learn about it. But no, I'm not concerned about it. Well, it's a cold day. It's April the 10th actually, and it's like 32 degrees out, so I'm all bundled up. It's cold. I hope you're having a nicer, warmer day where you are. Thanks for watching this short video. Give it a like if you get a chance. I'm very busy with a couple of concerts that I have coming up, so I won't have too much time to play any music in the next few days, but I will as soon as I get a chance. In the meantime, thank you for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you're more than welcome to. And see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Stay warm.